I don't know what happened. I had this joint up on my phone. I had it up on my phone, and then I didn't notice. Yeah, I can send it to you. Sorry about that, y'all. Give me a second. Let me text this joint to Noemie.
Wow, cool.
Who's that?
Can we do that?
What you want to do?
Nah, that was that video of that man saving his puppy from out the crocodile's teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all seen that video? There's a video going around with a man whose Cocker Spaniel puppy got swallowed up by a crocodile. He jumped in the river and saved his puppy from the crocodile, pried it out of that crocodile's mouth. And I just think that might give her nightmares, so I'm gonna chill on it.
Can I see it again?
Oh, you should.
Want to see this?
But you should write it.
What's this?
Oh, no.
This is a contraption of a
Hi.
What's up with y'all?
Hi.
Somebody said, I saw that. I saw that. Charmaine, yeah, say hi, boo.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, y'all. Somebody said Andy's
water.
gonna drop a cigar. Yeah, what kind of water is that?
Sparkling water. Because I don't like little holes.
You don't like little holes? Those are bubbles, man.
Bubble.
Yeah, they're bubbles. Look. There's bubbles on the glass.
But let's...
Want to take a sip?
Let's smell something.
What does it smell like?
Smell like peanut.
Peanut butter. It's a lime. She say anything.
I posted on your Instagram.
People say hi. They said hi, Emery.
So why are you doing today? Why are you doing today?
Hi guys.
We're
just giving people time to join.
We just wanted to hop on here and say what's up to y'all.
What are they doing?
I told everybody on the Instagram, we taking all questions tonight. Anything you got to ask, we taking. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm agreeing to that. Let's see what some of your questions are.
So I said, hit the like button. No, Noemie does her beads. She just comes up with these random color combinations. This is probably my favorite one so far, baby. What you doing? Put it right there. All right.
I'm letting the people on Instagram know.
Mommy, can I?
Man, today has been a very, very full day. Didn't Noemie go to Emery? She did, but this Emery's name isn't spelled that way.
I can drink it?
Yeah, she wants to drink sparkling water out of a wine glass, out of a Tiffany's wine glass.
Y'all see what I'm raising over here?
I mean, if you're gonna do it, sis.
Somebody said, "Are y'all really giving up your day job?" Yeah, I am.
I'm not.
Noemie's not, but I am. There's no way that I can.
We're live right now. Can I call you back?
It's my mother-in-law.
All right, love you. Bye.
Oh, all right. Hold on. These questions getting good. Let me answer that first one. My last day working for anybody but me. Leave it, baby. My last day working for anybody but me is going to be January the 8th. Can't wait. Somebody said Keisha Cole or Ashanti. Ashanti.
No. Miss Kevin Save just said you're gonna be on the Love Hour next week. Yeah, we are. I didn't know you were releasing it.
Yeah, I didn't know what time, but yeah, we're gonna be on the
Love. And we just spilled the beans.
I mean, maybe we are, maybe we're not.
Okay.
Give us 2 weeks if that's really you. I just want to watch that battle. I want to hit Keisha Cole. Say,
okay, now I'm in. I
anything to disrespect you.
So initially I say Ashanti, but I feel like once like the Keisha Cole like hits start to come, I don't know. I was definitely more of an Ashanti fan because I feel like around that time when Ashanti was popping, I was still in like high school.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Keisha Cole popped off a little bit later, a couple years later. So were they even like popping at the same time?
It depends because like Ashanti was popping like that early 2000s period. Well, Keisha Cole was too, but Keisha Cole won't span to the mid 2000s because she had that shit with like her mom and all of that. Yeah, I'm just Ashanti just takes me back. You so cute.
I'm gonna.
Baby.
You want your own chair, baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm going to break your lap.
Okay.
Because I'm going to break your lap.
No, I just, maybe.
Who do you think gonna win, Ashanti or Keisha Cole?
Shanti.
Ashanti.
Yeah, girl.
Actually,
Wait, boo, you want to lay down over here so you can listen to your iPad?
no.
You want to stay with Daddy?
Yeah, so that's that on that.
Okay, you just sit with us.
Man, I gotta work at 10. Oh no, Alexis Drake, you're gonna miss us. What are they doing? We're all watching you, pretty girl. Her hair is cute. That's what's up. All right. Any advice to new couples that just moved in without each? Gonna say, finish that for me, Berlinda. I want to make sure I answer your question right.
Let me bring your table, okay?
She's so bougie. I love it. I know.
You want your table, baby?
Huh?
I'm talking to Emery.
Oh, everybody, baby, in this joint. All right. Mecca Watts says, I'm in a new relationship. Everything is going great. Any relationship tips to create a good foundation? Yeah. So I'll wait till Noemie gets back.
Baby, come on.
I would just say this. Try to set a tone for I'm trying to be realistic but honest.
Okay, what's the question?
So Mecca Watts says
Hey, Mecca.
that Mecca's in a new relationship and wants to know if any relationship tips to create a good foundation. I didn't do a very good job with this,
Okay,
so I'll let
relationship
Noemie take
tips.
this.
So you just gonna be like, you take this, babe.
I don't feel like I'm qualified to speak on this.
To create you. Okay.
In the beginning?
Oh, in the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What you said? Here, you can drink this. And let me know when you finish with it. Tips to create a good foundation in the beginning. Honesty is key.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
man, that's what I was
feel
gonna
like
say.
I think people do put a little bit too much pressure in the beginning. Like communication is like, you got to get to know this person first to figure out your communication style. But I just feel like being honest about what you want for yourself and acting accordingly. Like if you're the type of person like you really want a relationship, if that's what you want, then that's okay to go after that. You know what I mean? And don't let anybody tell you that you don't deserve that. But if you're just trying to have fun, like be honest with yourself and say that like, I'm just getting to know this person. I'm just having fun. And I think that's what I did with you. And I don't regret that at all. What do you have to add? Mecca, hopefully that helps.
Yeah, I say just set the tone for the expectation of honesty. Because in the very beginning, like truth be told, y'all don't know each other enough to really have the earned value to say like, hey, like we're gonna be honest with each other no matter what. Like that's the expectation in the beginning, but everybody's not always on the same page, or there's not the same level of comfort with being honest and everything that means. So I say just set the foundations, have conversations that are really vulnerable in moments when y'all aren't arguing, or if you have an introspective moment, talk about your past, talk about who you were before you got into this relationship, talk about some of the things you experienced in love, some of the things that you wish you could have done better. Like don't run from those conversations. They'll help you understand the ugly parts of each other outside of the relationship that you got.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What you said made me think about that.
Really?
I didn't think about that on my own.
We have a lot of questions. So you
Hope we answered that, Mecca.
Yeah, if you
Mecca,
see me
Mecca,
scrolling,
Mecca.
I'm just reading. We're trying to catch up with comments and questions.
Y'all know I be
People going back and forth about Keisha Cole and Ashanti.
Squinting Tarantino.
Kier, would you consider writing a book?
Mental health related? Yeah, I would love to write a book one day. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't feel like, I know I'm on this upward swing and a lot of people know who I am now. I don't feel like I got the skin in the game to write a book. I can write a book and I think people will buy it because they like me and they think that what I have to say is valuable. But I'm listening to the audiobook of Barack Obama's new book, and that brother put so much thought and intent into that book. I can't do anything less. I need to accumulate more life. But one day, yeah, that'd be dope. I love to write a book. It'll probably be I don't know. It'll probably be mental health. I don't know what my book will be about. I'm going to we're working with this really creative, dope team, just around brand and strategy.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they always say noodle. I'm a noodle on that.
Is this your forever home?
No.
Nope.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Mm-mm.
Nah. We love this house.
Yeah,
though.
we do.
If you can go back in all of our if you can go back in the vlog episodes,
oh yeah,
you'll
we
find
documented
us building this house.
And that's why it'll always be so special to us, because we literally picked everything: countertops, cabinets,
every finish in this house.
Every finish up until the toilets, the knobs on the toilets. We picked everything. So.
Matter of fact, we picked the joint out. Then we went and saw another house, and we saw the finishes. Yeah. They had the same finishes we did. We like, oh damn, this shit ugly.
We need to go back and change our selection.
We went back to the design studio and changed almost everything. So, nah, this ain't our forever home though. I think you skipped some, babe.
I did. No, we got questions everywhere.
Oh damn.
Yeah. There was one question that I saw a couple people ask. When you said, "Wait, did you potty?
Did you poo poo?
Did you wash your hands?
Let me feel them.
How'd you dry them? Nasty. Oh, my baby. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go fix it. Oh yeah, people wanted to clarify. So you're quitting. What does that mean? Are you quitting being a therapist? Like, what's going on?
Oh no. So I just submitted my resignation letter. And I'm going to do a whole vlog episode about it. But yeah, I am quitting my full-time job to do the social media thing full-time. I'll be taking on a very small number of clients. My inbox is booming full of people asking me if I'm taking clients. I'm not right now. I'm only going to be taking a really small number of people, but I'm going to be focusing more on Instagram, focusing more on YouTube, focusing more on getting the message of mental health and personal growth out there, just really lean into this thing. And I thank y'all, man, because a year ago, I would have never thought this was possible. But I'm walking away from a 6-figure job to do this full time. And it is the most liberating, humbling, gratitude-inducing thing that you could ever imagine. And I'm just grateful every day. Any advice to couples that just moved in with each other?
Good luck.
damn, kid. Yes.
I think it's dope. I think it's dope that you guys are living with each other. You guys are gonna find out some really interesting. I mean, they already know. You hear the horror stories, but the good thing is you get to learn this person's routine, and it's like a level of vulnerability that happens when you're able to be yourself around other people, and that might take some time to get to that place, but I think that's the beauty of it. And then once you guys start to do routines together, that was fun.
The two lives, after a while, they just kind of mesh into one. But it is very important to also make sure you separate what's yours, what's theirs, and what's y'all's collectively. It's one thing that we said that we do before we moved in with each other. We actually did that because some stuff is personally yours, some stuff is personally your partner's, and some stuff is communal. You know what I'm saying?
If you can carve out space for you to have to yourself, that'll be super helpful. Because you have the basement.
Right.
Yeah, he has the basement. He kind of has a little man cave area, and what I do in the kitchen and the dining room is mine. So he could come home and I could have a completely new decor setup. But that's my space. That's the space that makes me happy.
And I don't give her no guff about it. If she if she came in and I was like, babe, I'm gonna paint the whole. I'm gonna paint with a blue black splash.
She'd be like, all right.
Put some razzle dazzle on, and I'd be like, cool. Just do I have to do anything?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so accurate.
Congrats on becoming your own boss. Thank you. We have
a lot to go.
All right,
I'm just
razor.
going straight to the questions that I see. It's a lot of people talking.
Somebody said unpopular opinion. I don't like either Keisha Cole or Ashanti. Boo! Get out of here.
Were you guys raised to be affectionate, or did you have to learn?
I was raised to be affectionate. I come from a really huggy, kissy, like my mom and grandma both kissing,
Yeah,
hugging.
he's a hugger.
Yeah, so I'm like that type of affection is my normal.
I would say that I'm affectionate with my parents, but that's it. So I'm not really a touchy-feely. Yeah, and you and E. Yeah. But like with anybody else outside of that, I'm really not touchy-feely. I really don't like to be touched or hugged at all. Like it just makes me very uncomfortable. I don't know why, but I'm good. I'm really fine without you hugging me. And if I hug you, like that's a really big deal.
Yeah. It's like especially if it's like unsolicited. Like you don't see it coming. Like if someone were to come up from behind and do this and
I would die.
Like, dog, like please never.
But if it's like, if I know that it's coming and you know that I know I'm okay with it, then cool. But if like I've never met you before and the first thing you do is reach your arms out to me, I'm gonna be very uncomfortable. And
then if I don't know you got to worry about me. Like don't let the smile fool you.
Let's see what else. How do you guys now navigate through each other's attachment styles in the relationship and in parenting, Emery? We struggle.
Do we?
I think so. I think we struggle in like attachment styles in our relationship.
I'm blind to it, so you have to.
I feel like you and I, when I think of attachment styles, I think of like how we interact with each other and like how I like to be around you a lot more than you like to be around me.
Facts.
So this is the thing. Kier can't separate like the fact that we work together, like social media wise, and like the fact that we're also married. For him, it's just like all the same. Like I'm spending time with you all day. For me, there's work and there's like us time that has nothing to do with social media.
Well, to be clear, I struggled with this before we were doing social media.
Oh yeah,
it's like always like
I live with you.
We sleep in the same bed together.
No.
Like, why do you need to
time together and quality time together? Two totally different things for me. So it's difficult in the sense that, like I said, we work together pretty much all day, and then COVID, like we're around each other doing our 9 to 5s. So that can seem like a lot, but I just need time with you. You're done?
Yeah, because it was so good.
It was so good. Long story short, we're struggling with that, trying to figure
Alexa,
out
pause. YouTube just sent me an email.
Oh, the music in the background. Dang, IP attorney. I didn't even think about
YouTube
that.
YouTube just sent me an email.
Bad. At least we're still live.
Nah.
Yeah, we're still live.
Nah, they told me, hey, you need to stop that like that.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Okay, we have pivoted and adjusted. But oops. Yeah, just back to attachment. Like we're just trying to figure out how do we separate another one? Oh, how do we separate like business time and quality time? So we're working through it. We'll figure it out, but that was definitely something that we had to work through. I'm just scrolling down to, oh shoot, I just skipped. Okay, the questions are really coming in. Okay.
Sorry, y'all, work stuff. Give me a second.
Oh, for the next campaign. Can we please get some merch soon? That's happening soon. And by soon, we just talked about it. Yes, my love.
The water balloons look like my birthday, but it's not today.
Oh, it's not today. We did have a water balloon fight at your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it cool?
Yeah, because we're going to.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, we'll do it next
social
time.
Media stuff.
So we did the couples who just moved in. How does one persuade a parent that therapy is necessary for a child whose father was murdered and the child was sick? Oh my gosh.
Okay. That one's That one's layered. The best advice that I can give is you can't make someone go to therapy.
Yeah.
They have to be prepared to go. They have to see value in it. The only thing you can do is encourage them to see it that way. You can't make someone go to therapy. Yeah. You can just remind someone of its value. It's helpful if you model that behavior. So if you go to therapy yourself and then they can see the benefits of therapy, the people around them do the same. I wish I had a better answer for you, but just keep reiterating the benefit of it and model it yourself, and hopefully, the individual will see. Yeah, that's a better way to go for them. Yeah. I'm really sorry to hear about that.
So sorry.
That's a really tough situation for a family to deal with.
Definitely.
All right, we're gonna go to another one.
Taina.
Would you guys consider officiating couples counseling?
Just get this toy for me.
Yeah.
I do think.
Bring this to the water.
Oh, you
Are
want
you
to take
gonna
a
put it
bath
in the
with this?
tub?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll take a bath after this, okay?
She's so cute.
I know.
I'm gonna take her little face and just
Distraction.
all the time. She's so cute. Will we
answer?
officiate couples counseling? We've talked about it
Yeah,
before.
I think that'll be cool.
Yeah, I think that's something we'll do in the future.
Yeah.
It's just like the possibilities are limitless, but I
Yeah.
would really like to get into us sharing experiences.
Yeah.
And
I just
helping
think
other
peer-to-peer
couples go
counseling
through, yeah.
works. Like
Yeah.
peer-to-peer counseling is something that we don't do enough, and I definitely find it to be extremely helpful.
Yeah,
Personally.
she's an expert. Like Noemie puts together symposiums and programs that are all about culture,
Yeah.
even like huge organizational culture. She's just an expert at that and reviewing and giving feedback and critiquing. That's like her wheelhouse. So she knows what she's talking about.
It keeps moving.
How do you? Oh, we already read that.
Yeah.
For someone who is struggling in the dating scene and got many, it's not you, it's me. What advice could you give so they could have more success in relationships? That's man.
I say believe them.
I was about
And
to jump
don't
into my
internalize
therapy
that.
bag.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Let me give my layperson's opinion.
But your opinion be spot on though. It's just be
I
different
say
perspective of mine.
believe them. I think a lot of times when people say it's not you, it's not me, people still internalize it. Okay, cool. It's not me, it's you. Okay, let it be you. And I'm not gonna let that, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit and try to internalize that. But I totally see how like that's frustrating in a relationship. But I know that if I start to internalize it, now I got stuff on me that really doesn't have anything to do with
yours.
me. You know, like my stuff is enough. My stuff is heavy enough. I'm not about to put your stuff on top of mine. Yes, baby.
I have 2 teeth.
You're what?
2 teeth.
You have 2 teeth?
Look.
I think you have more than 2, baby. Why don't you count your teeth for me? Can you count them?
Up here?
Yeah, go count them.
Okay, let me.
You got to count them on the camera. Like,
1,
2.
We'll get back to your question.
Okay.
2 teeth.
Good
Yeah,
job.
because the tooth fairy just get my teeth out.
No.
Oh, you didn't lose your tooth yet, baby.
Not yet.
Soon, okay?
So you'll be talking like this.
You won't have any 2 front teeth.
You won't have any toofuses.
And I'm going to tell Queenie I have 2 teeth.
Oh,
Do you want to
Queenie
snap?
is her baby best friend,
Okay,
friend
I'm
of
gonna get her
me,
some
and they
chips.
compete. It is ridiculous. The cutest thing you ever seen. So if you're here, it's not you, it's me. That's not really giving you much to go off of. You don't really know. My question is, what are they saying? Like, what are these people when they say it's not you? Are they inferring that they rather be single? Are they inferring that they're not ready for a relationship? So it's not you, you're perfect. It's just I'm not ready. I'm sorry, I'm just going to give you more questions, and because there's not really an answer here, at least for me. I feel like what Noemie says is a really is like a great step in the right direction of trying to figure this thing out. And I think the follow-up piece is just to ask yourself some questions, like what exactly is like the reoccurring theme? What are these people saying?
Yeah.
Not internalizing it, but like what are y'all saying? I need to know what's going on here. Because if they're just giving you that general blurb, like you can't really take anything from that, and you're not getting a good idea of how the outside world views you. It's just not helpful.
Yeah.
It's nothing helpful there. And if they are saying something that's reoccurring, then I'd have to ask myself a really honest question about, well, how much of that is their perspective,
Yeah.
and how much of that is actually something that I'm doing or something that I'm exuding. And I don't want you to blame yourself because it's tough. I can't see your face right now, but just something to be cognizant of. I think it's a difference between blaming yourself for maybe behaviors you do or things you have or personality traits. It's the difference between blaming yourself and not loving those things about you, but still loving yourself as a whole? I hope I answered that question. That was a very long explanation.
Let's read the questions before we read them out loud.
Okay.
We have a ton, and I know we're not going to get to all of them. That one is fitting, I think.
That one's fitting. It's kind of layered, but let's do it.
Okay.
So this one asks
Shay
Benet, I think it is. Any advice on dealing with resentment toward an immediate family member or members? I think it depends on why you resent these people and what.
That's super layered.
Yeah, and what has happened and how badly people were hurt and who started it and who perpetuated it.
Yeah.
and who spoke to who last. There's a lot here, but my answer is going to be if you're in a space to bravely confront it.
Yeah.
My wife told me this with my own reconciliation with my family, and it's about facing it head on. What's the issue? What do you need to say? What do you need them to see? What do they need you to see?
Mm-hmm.
That's more so what it's about for me.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
I would just add, trust your gut. If your gut is saying that this is something that needs to be resolved, then cool. But if it doesn't sit right with you, you are not obligated to do anything that doesn't bring you like reconciliation. You know what I mean? Like if you don't feel good about it, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
It's okay. And I'm very big on yes, life can be uncomfortable, but I pick and choose what I allow, when I allow myself to sit in that discomfort. So I would just say, sit back and think about how you feel and how whether you're comfortable with that. And if you are, I think following your advice is great.
And you bring up a good point too about confrontation versus reconciliation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you want exactly?
Yeah, what's the end goal?
Yeah, because sometimes you really just want to get yours off real quick and tell them you so and so. This is what you did.
Yeah.
This is how you hurt me. This is your fault. But that's not reconciliation. That's confrontation that you want, or perhaps you just want to you just want to vent and let it go. But the reconciliation is going to be about an exchange of talking and hearing that other person out, and you might not be in the space to hear what the hell they got to say. But that's a part of reconciliation is being ready to do that.
Cool. These are deep.
Damn.
I didn't think they'd be.
I was going to ask us, what's your favorite kind of cake? When Noemie and Booby visit Nigeria one day, I surely hope so.
Really?
Yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah, I surely hope so.
I would love to.
Y'all gotta meet my sisters.
Oh, we saw some of these already. What is E doing? Eating Fritos and watching YouTube kids.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said YouTube mad nosy. Oh, it keeps skipping to the bottom. Oh, this is a great question.
Hello
hi,
from
Mila.
Pittsburgh. What's up, Mila?
We went to college together.
Oh, hi, Mila.
She's the one that was she's probably only here because we said Emery was gonna be here.
Oh, yeah, I remember her from the comments. All right, Mila, watch yourself. All right, I kick people out. Mila asks, what's something you're each glad you accomplished prior to marriage that makes you a better partner now? Damn, that's a good question. What am I happy that I accomplished prior to marriage? I'm happy that I learned how to sustain myself, both economically and in terms of feeding myself and just being a self-sufficient adult. Because when you get a wife, and when you get a wife who likes to help and is use me, do things, have me do things, you can become lazy.
Yeah.
This is how husbands become stupid because she remember everything. I don't have to do nothing. So I'm glad I had to live a life where I had to get everything for myself out the mud because I still got my own dependency over it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Mine is I'm glad I learned. I know this is gonna sound cliche, but I'm gonna say it, then I'll explain. I'm glad that I learned my worth before coming into this relationship. I know it's so cliche, but let me tell you why. I feel like before this I was in a pretty long-term relationship, and that breakup was really, really hard. But I took a couple years before I even dated to just figure out who I was, because I definitely feel like, Boo Boo, watch out, okay? Don't pull it, okay? Okay, good. Sorry, she accidentally pulled on the blinds. Not yet.
They
but-
just shipped my suit, boo. These.
Okay. Well, when is it supposed to come then? Tomorrow?
It's overnight, so it should be here tomorrow. It's
Okay.
here tomorrow night.
Let me get back to the question. I'm so sorry. Finding myself or finding my worth, making sure I knew my worth. So I took some time without dating anybody to just kind of figure out like who is Noemie. Because I think like a lot of times when we're in these super long-term relationships, we get lost in our relationships with people, you know? So I'm very grateful to have had that time because when we did finally get together, it really wasn't a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? Like it was, at least on my end, I didn't think I was giving you pressure. We really enjoyed that first year.
Yeah, there was no pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like you one of the few women I ever dated that never really leaned on me for like the whole relationship. Because I came in,
I was like, I'm good. Like whether this works or not, like I'm just enjoying this time. And if it doesn't, I'm not tied to it. I'm not, I didn't come in with any expectations because I was really happy with who I'd become.
It was that way until it wasn't.
Misha King. I'm going to look at my stories. You can find the link to the onesies. They were from Amazon. I just answered that because I knew the answer would be quick.
What about this one? What are some need to haves or characteristics necessary in order to thrive? Hold on, man. I'm about to make this screen larger.
You can't see it?
Oh, damn, nah, man. My eyes are
You want me to read it to you?
Yeah, can you?
It says, what are some need to haves or characteristics necessary in order to thrive in counseling? I want to be one, but I'm not sure. Oh, to be a counselor, not to go
what
to
are some need to haves? Empathy, a capacity for other people's emotions, and a need and a desire to help, an unselfish desire to help. You can learn everything else. I really feel like you need to be able to feel people, have a good feel for people, but you won't know that until you go through the grad school program or go work in the field. But right now, when we can't work anywhere because of like COVID, but typically like go volunteer somewhere, volunteer at substance abuse treatment facility.
I'm sure you can probably still volunteer over the phone. Like I'm sure they have digital.
Yeah.
BetterHelp might have like an internship. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Or like the suicide prevention hotline sometimes has things where you can just kind of get your feet wet in the field and get an idea of what it is. But that's the best way to get started. Get your undergraduate degree, get your master's degree in counseling. You take your exam. You gotta do your internship and your practicum, and you can become a counselor.
We missed a lot of questions.
Oh, dang.
Noemie, how do you feed your feminine energy while being all of the things?
Feminine energy.
What does it mean to feed your feminine energy? Oh, you said polka dots?
Yeah, polka.
She says polka dots.
Let me get the rest of that chip.
How do I feed my feminine energy? I don't know. I don't know if I understand that question.
I can take a shot at what I think it means.
What?
Like, how do you still keep like your shero? Like,
because I do the most.
Because you give so much to your family. How do you still keep your chi or whatnot?
I will say that the giving part, like family is so important to me. So that doesn't feel like work. Like waking up early to deal with Eve, that doesn't feel like work. Like staying up late to like help Kier shoot or something like that, like do something that he loves, that doesn't feel like it's work. And I'm very big on like not doing things that don't make me happy. So those things just naturally make me happy. Like cooking makes me happy. Cooking really makes me happy. Sis about to get sent upstairs.
I see it's a TP move. What are you doing?
But yeah, I reckon I do the most. Like I wouldn't recommend anybody to do it. I'm actually gonna start delegating. But yeah, I don't think I answered that question. Did I?
I think you did.
Okay.
I think
I'm so sorry.
She in the thick of it. She ain't had a cooking night.
I didn't cook a thing today.
It's Noemie.
I didn't even pour this glass of water.
Noemie refills her feminine energy by being around her friends who legitimately understand and pour into her. she does it by looking at me and being like, bruh, I can't do this no more. So me and Booby go spend a day at the park.
Or like, I couldn't answer this question, so here he comes.
I
Like,
got
don't
you.
even worry,
Yeah,
babe. I got you.
She does it by talking to her sister cousin on FaceTime.
Nikki, every day.
She recharges. She'll get a glass of wine and watch horrible crime dramas.
ID.
That's how she.
I didn't curse.
That's how she does it. To answer your question, John Stevenson has one. Any advice for a new parent? We have a 4-month-old son. These feelings every 3 hours are starting to get a brother. John,
it's gonna end one day.
It's gonna end, bro.
I promise you.
You're not
gonna know when it happened. You're just gonna look back one day and be like, damn,
wait a minute.
Remember?
One day you're gonna be asleep and you're gonna go. You're like, wait, there's no one crying. You're gonna go back to sleep. You're gonna wake up another 3 hours and go. Like, wait, I'm gonna sleep for 8 hours? It's gonna happen one day.
It's gonna happen one day.
You're almost out of that hell.
I promise.
Yeah, you're almost out of that hell.
There's a new one coming. But you'll be out of that one.
Yeah, but
don't be like the parents.
I won't. But the new hell sucks way less.
Yeah.
Way
Every
less.
level, it's like less sucky and more like, dang, you a whole human.
Yeah.
I almost cursed again and I caught myself. Y'all, man.
John, your best days are in front of you. 4 months old is such a dope age. That part sucks is because you still getting used to it, man. Like everything's new, but I'm telling you, y'all, you're gonna be good. It don't take too long. Around 9 months, you're gonna get the swing of it. Oh, I gotta speak on this one.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the current situation between black men and black women? Feels like war. We won't touch that here because it's too deep, but that's something she and I talk about amongst ourselves a lot. And it doesn't feel like war. It is. Yeah. It absolutely, positively is.
Oh, did you potty again? Or you just washed your hands?
Yeah. And I have a come to Jesus. I need to come to Jesus moment with both sides. And I don't think anybody's gonna be too much of a fan. You're gonna hate me and then you're gonna absolutely love me. Both men and women. Yeah.
I've definitely intervened on a lot of posts. I'm like, baby, I don't think you should say that. But it is a constant conversation. One thing I will say though, like I'm lucky enough to have a partner where it is a safe space to talk about it. We don't always agree on everything because we are on the two separate sides of like the conversation, but it's a thing that we talk about. It's something that we talk about amongst our friends. I think that there are valid concerns and trauma on both sides.
A lot, yeah.
It's just going to take a lot to unpack. And first of all, like we are not a monolith. Like how I feel doesn't necessarily represent.
You don't represent all black women?
Apparently not.
I swear I represented all black men. Like I speak for all black men when I talk. Y'all didn't know that?
But yeah, the sarcasm just shows you how real it is.
Yeah, between us. We're working on it. Working on it. We skipped a lot.
Because every time you move down, it somebody said, "Are we live?" Yeah, we live.
We live, baby.
We live. What made you decide to quit your job? Oh yeah, you said that's gonna go in a whole nother.
I'm gonna do a whole episode about it. What I want? Do you think that men are not serious until they find the one? No, I can't.
You can't what? Explain what's going on. I know, but they don't.
Nah, I'm gonna go on a rant. Don't do this to me.
So does the one exist?
And to me?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
No.
I'm not the one?
No.
Damn, I'm not the one?
I mean,
Damn.
I mean, you're the one for me, but like when I think the one, I don't think like I don't know. I don't believe in the whole the one thing. Like either it is or it isn't. Like it's not like out of all of the ones, like this is the one. Like that's just not the. I don't use that language, maybe, but when I think of that,
I don't hear my accent because I don't hear it.
She basically saying you're too loud.
I'm
That's
too
what she was
loud.
trying to say. Okay, we'll talk quietly. Okay.
Have a kiss.
Sorry.
What did she say?
I don't know, but her mouth smells like freedom.
She's
Her whole
smoking your
face feel like a foot. Smell like a foot. All right, hold on. Let me read it again because I might have been going.
Well, I was asking you, do you think the one exists? And then you told me that I wasn't the one.
Yeah, no, I'm not spoiled. You the one, baby. I just don't use that language. All right, so let me read this again. I say, it says, do you think that men are not serious until they find the one? Meaning that until they find the one, they don't take those other relationships seriously. I can't speak for all men. I would say that was.
Like, what is the one? Like, because I know, like, for us, we grew up thinking that, like, you know, we want to be the one for a man.
You want to get knocked. You want to be knocked off. You're gonna knock him off of his socks and gonna sweep you off your feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like that for some dudes. I don't.
He's anti-romance. Even if it was true for him, he won't admit it.
It's not even I won't admit it. I probably can't see it.
Yeah, you don't see it that way.
Yeah.
I think you're romantic, and you
really,
yeah,
like
like
you
there's
treat me like
certain things.
I'm the least romantic.
I mean, you're definitely not the most, or not like super romantic, but you can be romantic. But when you think but I can't tell you because when I do, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm not romantic."
Romance just makes my skin crawl.
Like we're like hashtag Black Love, babe. How like
because it's. Let me tell y'all something. All right, this is not a vlog. This is my life. Like I'm trying to think. What is something like? Look, I'm trying to grab something like this is real life. There's actually nothing right here. But like my daughter's literally sitting there rubbing her eyes in the corner. Like I'm sitting here at my dining room table. Like this is my life. I don't see it like that. I don't try to be Black love. I just love my Black wife. And my brown
cute.
daughter. I think some men do and some men don't. I know that's a bad answer. I'm sorry. Men aren't a monolith. We're not that simple. You can't just shove us all in a box and say men think this way or men think that way. Like that's always going to be flawed thinking if ever you start the conversation that way. You probably hate me now. I'm sorry. I'll hug you in real life when there's not a virus killing people.
Right. Maybe this one?
How do you can read it, baby.
How do you communicate to your partner on creating a safe space to be vulnerable with them and vice versa? I'll be honest. Yeah. In our relationship, we didn't create that space. That space was made out of necessity because we were fighting. We were fighting with ourselves because we weren't being our most vulnerable, true selves to the other person. I think there was some ego there. Yeah. I think there was some fear there. And we had gotten to a point in our marriage, or maybe this was before we got married, where...
let it go, babe. Let it go.
Hold on.
But don't touch it.
She's being disciplined.
Did you hear me? What did I say?
Put it back, boo. Move it. Move it so that it's not in the way. Okay? Say sorry, Daddy.
She ain't apologize. She ain't doing nothing to me.
She wasn't listening.
Touching her nose.
Oh yeah, the safe space, the vulnerable and safe space. We got to a place where we needed that space. Like the relationship, it got hard. It was literally like this. Oh, the Roku is restarting on its own.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, let me go back to our point. See, normally if this was a sit down talk, Kier would edit this part out. This happens often.
Well, it's not usually this bad. Emery's here now. We can't do the sit down talks with Booby here because she's so distracting. And yeah.
Okay, let me go back to my point. Basically, we got to a place where we could not move forward without being able to tell the other person how hurt we were. You know what I mean? We got to a point where it's just like, I'm not okay. And I need you to do this because this hurts. And I can even talk about that one time where you told me that what I said hurt your feelings. Mm. And that was the first time you've ever said that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's the first time I've ever heard a man be that vulnerable. And when it happened, it's like, wow, he's in a position where he feels vulnerable and unheard in our relationship. And that was never my intention. So because of that conversation, moving forward, I made sure to let him know that it was safe for him to come to me. You know what I mean? And I guess in that case, it takes somebody making the first move and saying, hey, I don't feel safe. What can you do as my partner in this relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent point. The man's perspective.
Yeah.
That we got there, but it took me a while to be able. I felt like a sucker. I didn't feel good about coming up and telling her that she hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I felt like a sucker. I just knew enough to know that if I didn't say anything, I'll be mad about her. I'll be mad at her for something that she did to me that she'll never know that she did. So men aren't really a lot of times, or I'm a monolithist, whatever. men a lot of times aren't our like inner communities aren't really conducive to like expressing emotion that way. We don't do it in our friendships, we don't do it in our brotherhoods, we don't do it in our father-son relationships, we don't do it in our uncle-nephew relationships. We're not gonna sit on the couch for 20 minutes and talk about our feelings. We do talk about our feelings, but it just looks very different. So while I think I was just in a place to kind of do that, but to have your average guy be in a place where he's just going to sit and he's going to put all his feelings out, and this is how I feel. Like, I need for women to understand that just because you feel like you're a safe space for your man doesn't mean that you are. It doesn't mean that you're not reducing, and it doesn't mean that you're not judgmental, and it doesn't mean that you don't criticize and hurt harshly. So I'm not saying that you do this, but your man won't tell you that. Yeah. He'll tell me that when we talking and we grabbing drinks, but he won't tell you that.
Because your hurt looks different.
Because our hurt looks different, especially if you got a black man. That's a whole nother thing. But I feel like Noemie is 4 billion% right. It's just a matter of what that looks like with the kind of man that you have. And also don't assume just because someone's a woman that they're emotionally expressive or they're outright with their emotions, because that's not true at all in generalities.
Alexa said, okay, Kier, damn, we not in a session.
My bad.
I felt that too.
I was thinking about it.
He was also speaking to me, sis.
But
I get it.
But real talk though, you know what I'm saying? Like, that be happening. It be happening all the time. And then people miss each other. And I think you and I have something that's very special. And I think that we're able to look back, and I'm glad that we can speak on it like this. But in the moment, we ain't had these tools. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't see it like that. Well, we was bumping our heads up against whatever was pissing us off about each other in the moment. So, you know, work at it.
Let me just add, Drina just said, preach. It took me by surprise when he did tell me that I heard him and I shut him down. I've done that before. This wasn't the first time that Kier has opened up to me, you know, in a vulnerable place. Dang, you drinking my drink?
Damn. I'm upset.
That wasn't the first time that Kier had opened up to me that way, and I had shut him down before, not realizing that I did it. You know what I mean? And I think you were definitely speaking to the old me when you said, just because you think you're a safe space don't mean that you are. Because I'm like, damn, I know.
I wasn't subbing you. I wasn't subbing you. It's not even a getting better thing, baby. You were worlds better. I really wasn't subbing you just now.
Well, I think it's because that's how I felt. And I realized in that moment when you told me that I had hurt your feelings, I'm like, how? Like, I'm safe. And I knew at that moment that I wasn't. What my intentions are, what that actually means for you is different. If that area was to serve you and to be that safe space for you, I should have made sure and checked in that it actually was. So, yeah, that was for me too.
You didn't know, baby. Like, you ain't know. You only human. That's awesome that you've grown to a point of vulnerability and openness to receive that. Yeah, man, it's hard because I know that, man, listen, I'm not that far removed from punching people in the face.
He's not.
Like, for real. Like,
he's not.
It's not. I don't know. I know I smile a lot, you know, I'm a friendly guy, but
Your butt hurt?
I grew up learning to solve my problems with violence. Your butt hurts?
You pooped? Oh.
Let me go check.
She might need somebody to wipe her butt.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, guys. We are real parents. Okay, I'm gonna go back to see if there are like some easy questions.
Come little elephant, come Timberlake.
Ooh, Mila is
come
dope.
little elephant.
She said, "Do you guys have any ground rules, fighting rules for managing conflict and disagreements with each other?" I think like our biggest one was taking a break when things get too heated. We talked about that in the last sit down that we posted. Was it on Sunday? This past Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about it then. Every argument is going to yield different reactions, and like you can't outline how every argument. Are you pretending to eat the pumpkin?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't like have an outline for every argument that happens.
No.
But one thing that it's kind of like an unspoken rule at this point is like once it starts getting too heated, or once somebody recognizes that it's leveling, stop it. Whether it's him or me, I'm like, look, it's usually you because sometimes I do. But he'll be like, y'all, like, Noemie, I think we need to table this. Like, things are starting to get heated. Let's take a break. Let's talk about this tonight, or let's talk about this tomorrow. I think that's the one consistent thing that we've done. We might have done like little things with different arguments, but I think that's something that we do every time.
Yeah.
Or at least we try to do every time.
That along with assuming positive intent.
Yes, that's huge. We say that out loud.
Along with checking for understanding.
Yep.
Daddy,
We also say that out loud.
Daddy, can I sit?
Yeah, you want to sit with us?
Come
No,
on.
I want to sit in that.
You want to sit in my chair? That's dead. You can sit on
Here, why don't you scoot over and I'll put her chair next to her.
Oh.
That's okay.
Can I get a kiss or something?
No,
Can
I'm
I?
gonna sit next to you.
I'm gonna sit right there. Come
Here,
on.
you're gonna sit
Hey,
next to
so your
me.
leg don't get caught up.
Here, sit right here, baby. This one. Let me sit in the middle. Sorry. Now this is exactly how the sit down talk was towards the end. He was right here. Hopefully we answered your question, Mila. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's just cut it at an hour. We're 51 minutes. Might as well. Because we're not talking to y'all longer than this. We gotta put her to sleep. That's a good question.
All right, how about we make this? Yeah, the least last two, like you said. Did y'all ever baby talk or use the high pitched voice to E when she was a baby?
Rarely.
Nah, actually,
Rarely.
like I talked to her like I talked to Noemie.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm like, hey, shawty, hey, what you doing?
That's really how you
like she, I don't know the baby talk. I know the kids learn from inflections and they learn from using language that's in the world that they live in.
We're also both previous educators.
We both been educators before. We're both big on educators. We're both big on grammar. We're both big on diction. We're both.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both.
You lost it.
Sorry,
Let's do some like.
Let's do a live one.
Softer questions. You said a live one. What did you just?
No, I was reading somebody's. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. These questions are hard, y'all. We got 8 minutes left, and we trying to get to as many questions as y'all can give us. But these are kind of deep. These are really deep. Somebody said you do tons of editing, Kier. Yes, he does.
The sit down talks aren't usually like this though. I really don't edit that much anymore.
Really?
In the beginning, if y'all watch the sit down talks maybe like 4 months ago, it's a whole bunch of editing. Now on these, not really. But we would never do a sit down talk like this.
Sorry, it's just a lot of comments. Oh God, that's so deep.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't touching that one.
Okay, this is a good one. How do you guys balance being parents, husband and wife, and also finding time for yourselves individually to make sure everyone's wants and needs are met? 6 months ago, I would have been like, we don't balance. But giving myself grace and recognizing how far we've come since March, I think that we do a very good job at balancing. And that is because I've shifted my mindset away from perfection to doing my best. And I feel like when you strive for perfection, no matter what you do, if it's not perfect, you don't appreciate it.
Perfect is the enemy of good.
Yeah, you taught me that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like, okay, and I'll speak for myself. Like I am a full-time lawyer. I am a very hands-on mother and wife. I co-own our social media business with my husband. I am also his photographer and the person that he runs things by.
Yeah.
In addition to me having my own social media platform that I'm still trying to figure out, are in addition to us being business owners together, we also create content together. You know, so it's just a lot. It's a lot of things. Like it's a lot of things, and I think the way that we balance is we just kind of take it day by day. Some days are going to be like, okay, like this morning we had to shoot. I had to do hair and makeup. You know what I mean? We had to set up the lighting, and that took up a lot of the day. But tonight we're chilling. We're on live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I still got a little work.
Yeah, you got a little bit of work
to
do, but I'll handle E's night routine. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
you
it's
want to
just
do night
like,
routine?
yeah,
Thank
you can't.
baby.
You got that campaign is important.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
Actually,
is a
you might have to
perfect
let them know,
example.
yeah.
He does a night routine most of the time, but on days where he has like content that he has to
Got like a brand deal coming in. I gotta edit some
huge
stuff.
brand deal, you know, and we just we feel the day out. You know, some days are brand heavy, some days we don't do nothing. We don't post, we
Just
don't
be
go on
chilling.
live.
That's why
we
I'm
just
quitting my
chill.
job.
Yeah.
So I can have more time to do that.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of like I said before, not striving to be perfect, but trying to do the best you can. Did you do the best you could considering the time that you had at work? Did you do the best you could considering the time that you had with your family or with your children? Did you do the best you could if you have a side hustle or a side business? Like I'm not gonna say no one is expecting you to be perfect, but don't put that pressure on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you do in and out. So yeah, 6 months ago, I've been like, I don't balance. But today, yeah, I balance because I take it day by day.
Yeah, same. I take it day by day.
Oh, I thought you were going to hit me like last time.
Nah, oh, damn. I stay here on the
He elbowed the ish out of me in one of our previous sit-down talks.
Nah, that was perfectly stated. I have nothing else to add.
Hey, guys, you got 4 minutes. You need a nanny. We do. Can't wait to see you both on Mrs. Kev on stage on 2021.
Oh, she must have dropped that.
She must have. So yes, we will be on the Love Hour podcast.
Hey, shout out to
Melissa
and Kevin.
Top of the year.
That's what we
girl,
doing.
what you doing?
It's going to be fun. I don't know why I did that accent. I'm sorry.
Somebody said, what's your typical activity for winding down together as a family?
What is our activity for winding together?
Winding down together. How do we wind down?
When it's the three of us under a blanket.
Oh yeah.
Probably all watching 3 different things.
Yeah.
But chilling with each other.
Her on her iPad, me watching TV, him on his phone, and we all cuddling together.
Under the same blanket.
We have a big couch. Wait, there's so many curse words.
Like, there's literally
huge.
No need.
Okay, it's just my original words that come out of my mouth. We have a very big couch, so we fall asleep on that couch often.
Oh,
it can easily fit 5 adults sleeping flat.
I'm proud of us because we haven't fallen asleep on that couch in at least 2 weeks. Like, not the both of us.
Yeah, nah. We used to fall
Somebody
asleep
wake up like,
time.
hey, come on, let's go upstairs. Like, I'll put the food away.
Okay, guys, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I love that, shifting from perfection to doing your best.
What are you reading?
Noemie's a bloody genius. Reading a bloody comment.
What's y'all's happiest shared memory outside of the wedding day? I want to close it on that question. Thank you, Shamika. Shamika, I think we answered like 3 of your questions. She got some good questions. Happiest shared memory outside of the wedding day since we've been together.
It's a lot, man.
What's the first one that you can grab?
The day that sticks out in my mind is when we went to that food festival, me and you.
Yeah.
That was a great day. I got pictures.
That's the day we made it official. Yes, it is. It's the day we made it official.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Food festival, that sticks out. That embarrassed us. We had a great time. We also had a great time in Puerto Rico.
That's my memory.
Yeah,
my memory was Puerto Rico. That's our first trip together. Mm-hmm. It's the first trip that we ever took together. I was about to say international, but technically it's not international. But it was the first vacation that we took together. And when I tell you we were broke, I had just graduated law school and taken the bar a week or two before, and I ain't had no money yet. I did not start my job.
I ain't had no money yet. I was working in the community.
We were broke.
Rizzo
we went there. We're like,
Rico.
you know what? We just gonna get there. We're gonna figure it out. And we sure enough. I mean,
we ate so much mofongo
because it's so cheap and it's so good. But we just had enough to get there and to get back. And we rented a car. We went to
El
Yunque, this rainforest. We hiked up the rainforest, and then we ended up in this like weird waterfall in the middle of the forest. Almost got locked in because we left late. We got lost.
Late. Yeah. You gotta go around that curve and that road like this little. I was living in that little Ford Fiesta. And
it's something like I've clearly been on like vacations before with like other men that I've dated, but this just felt different. I felt
real quick story. So Noemie, when we first started talking, she was like, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? This thing looks like it's kind of getting a little serious. So I'm about to go on." Can I say it?
Yeah.
She's like, "I'm about to go on vacation with this dude. Like, I hope you don't feel no kind of way." But it was like a nice island vacation. I was like, "Nah, go. Like, can I go too?" Like, if you get fluid out, sis, go ahead and get fluid out.
I'm all about people.
I wasn't mad at you.
Yeah, I'm all about people like going on vacations and like doing these things with people before they get serious. Because like if you can't travel with somebody, or like if you travel with them and you realize like, I think that's a key indicator on whether like you guys can be, not if you guys can be in a successful relationship, but it means something.
I also ain't feel like Slim had enough of like I didn't. I'm probably a little overconfident.
Yeah. I will say, like, me and him weren't, like, super serious. We were still in the, like, getting to know each other phase. Yeah. And it was long distance. Like, he didn't live in D.C. And I feel like with you, I saw you more often. And, like, he knew about you. Like, he knew I was, like, seeing someone. I didn't lie.
I believe her a billion percent. It's just like, that's uncomfortable for
I was
her.
definitely dating when I met him. And I didn't
stop
dating
until we made
it. Well, before we made it official. But, like, I made sure he knew what was happening.
He didn't stop dating until we made it official. Telling on herself.
No, that's not true. I stopped dating a while
I'm
before we made
you,
it
baby.
official.
I'm joking.
But yeah, we're gonna end it at that. This was so much fun. I think we're gonna do this. Don't hold me to it, but I want to try to do it once a month.
Oof.
Would y'all come if it was just me? Because he might not come. If it's just me,
we got a lot of new content coming out. Like we got a lot of new stuff coming out.
Like so more content specifically on YouTube, which is why.
This year next year about to be crazy.
Yeah, if he's not working his full-time job, so that means like we'll be able to really crank out. Yeah, we got the same vocabulary. Ooh, Noemie is a savage. You see?
Spicy.
I'm not. I'm just saying, enjoy your life. And I'm saying enjoy your life.
You're not ratchet.
But yes, this was so much fun, guys. Yes, I will come no matter who is live streaming. But yeah, guys, I know you guys have been looking for like specific like me content. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming.
Don't forget to thank you. Who that?
Yeah, don't forget to hit that
sound bath meditation
right now before you close.
Thank you.
Everybody hit the like button and go back to our page and make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell notification so that you actually know
all of our posts.
Know all of our posts
as soon
as they post. Isn't that like traditional language? But yes, we are about to dip. She's already eaten dinner, about to give her a bath, go to bed, get some wine.
Chill out. Yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in to our live.
Yes, we will save the live. I think we can.
I think we can. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me look. All right.
You have to end it first. Right. Okay. It better be 300 likes. It better. It better.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye.
See you later. I said see you later.
Oh, I don't think it ended yet.